talk about money. Basically, eventually, the most asked question to me from the beginners, whoever wants to get into dispatching, is that this one question, how much does a dispatcher make? How does a dispatcher make money? So let's get onto this video, and I'm gonna explain how a dispatcher makes money. In my previous videos, you might have gotten the idea as to how a dispatcher makes money because we were discussing flat fees, commissions. We were discussing it there. So I'm going to explain it to you in this video how a dispatcher makes money. So while you're working for a carrier, okay, so I need you to understand this one thing, that you're not just providing a service. Basically, what needs are you catering for? That means, let's say, are you just tracing a load? Are you just being a communicator between these links? Are you just booking the loads? Are you filing the paperwork? Are you taking care of major portions of the work of that carrier, or are you just taking care of just booking and handing the load over to them? So one scenario, you're working with the carrier for a flat fee. Let's say there's one carrier who likes to work with commissions. So you're going to book a load, and the carrier does let's say 10,000 in a week, and you opted in for 5% of that weekly revenue. So you get, let's say for example, you get $500 of that week you get. And then let's say if you were on a fixed pay, that means the carrier prefers, let's say you sign up for an agreement where you both agree to a certain, no matter what the operations or the revenue generated is, you guys are gonna agree on a certain amount, let's say 700 a week or 800 a week. And then moving on, how much of your time are you giving to the carrier? So in terms of services, again, you basically either get hired with the company. That way you're working 10 hours within that company, and you're making a monthly salary of around, for example, $6,000 to $7,000, for example, okay? Hypothetical situations. And then let's say if you're working for a commission, you can basically see how much time are you investing in their business? What operations are you helping in? How are you helping them run their trucks better? So all these services, they count, and then the more value you can add to a trucking company, the more money you can make off of them. So let's say somebody charging 5%. If you put in more value, bring in more value, you can charge 7% of the revenue, weekly revenue. So let's say I have you're not selling a fantasy, and then you're you get to choose. Right now, like I said in the previous videos, you're going to be working in a carrier setting, not as an independent dispatcher. But I'm gonna give you some stuff that can help you become an independent dispatcher. But while during this course, you're working for a carrier. Don't forget that.